Corpus Linguistics. These notes are taken from the book Corpus Linguistics by Douglas Biber, Susan Conrad and Randy Reppen, published by Cambridge University Press. We will start by looking at studies of language and studies of use. Studies of language can be divided into two main areas: studies of structure and studies of use. Traditional linguistics identifies the structural units of language. These may be morphemes. For example, a word such as door is made up of two morphemes, the meaning door and the plural marker s. Other structural units are words, and studies of structure can describe how smaller units can be combined to form larger grammatical units. For example, how can words be combined to form phrases? Consider these three closely related phrases. I hope that I can go. I hope to go. I hope I can go. A structural approach would describe the grammatical similarities and differences between the three sentences. All three are equally grammatically correct. But an analysis of language use goes further than this. Why should a language have multiple structures that are so similar in meaning and function? Is one form more popular in spoken English than written English? Are the forms usually used with different verbs, such as eat instead of go? Does the choice depend on an individual author's style? Does the choice depend on register? Every day we use different varieties of language or registers as we participate in different situations, from talking to a family member, reading a newspaper, to writing a letter to a friend, or writing an academic article. How do we characterize the language used in these different varieties? For all these studies of use, analysts attempt to uncover typical patterns rather than making judgments of grammaticality. The two central research goals are, firstly, assessing the extent to which a pattern is found. Is it rare or common? Secondly, analysing the contextual factors that influence variability. As we shall see, these may be either linguistic, for example, are certain words used more often in conjunction with each other, or non-linguistic, such as variation due to dialect. This presents methodological challenges. Because we are looking for typical patterns, we cannot rely on intuition or anecdotal evidence. Humans tend to notice unusual occurrences more than typical ones. We need to analyse a large amount of data to be sure that we are not relying on the idiosyncrasies of a few speakers. The computer corpus-based approach allows us to handle large amounts of language and keep track of contextual factors at the same time. The word corpus, which is the Latin word for body, in linguistics is loosely used to mean any body of text. Most commonly, this would be a body of machine-readable text. A strict definition might be a finite collection of machine-readable text, sampled to be maximally representative of a language or variety.